Should the Denver Broncos stick with Brock Osweiler or welcome the return of Peyton Manning? I see this being discussed on a daily basis because it's such an intriguing topic, because the Denver Broncos have a Super Bowl caliber defense, and the only thing that's really stopping them or could potentially hold them back from reaching it is the offense. And personally, I would just like to preface my comments by saying I'm a Peyton Manning fan. I've enjoyed watching Peyton Manning my entire life. I think it's suicide if you go back to Peyton Manning. You see the declining arm strength. It's too easy to defend him. And the reason why the running game is all of a sudden getting going now versus it wasn't getting going before is because you can defend the run and defend Manning in very similar fashions. You do not give Peyton Manning anything over the middle of the field. It plays into the lack of arm strength, and it's something that he feels more comfortable with. Consequently, stacking the box in the middle of the field also defends against the run. So not only is he in 3rd and 8s, but he's probably one of the most inefficient quarterbacks this year at 3rd and long situations due to the lack of arm strength. Defenses are giving the outside throws and the sideline throws, the deep sideline throws, to Manning. They're baiting him into it. And I think one of the problems with this is that his mind is computing a play, these deep outside throws. He's registering it mentally as open, but doesn't realize that physically he cannot complete the throw anymore, which is why you see the 17 interceptions to 9 touchdowns, is because mentally everything's there. He's still sharp as a tack. It's just what's actually open, he physically can't duplicate like he used to. Whereas with Brock Osweiler, you have a very strong-armed quarterback who showed great composure in the Patriots game, who can deliver these deep ball throws, who can make the sideline throws, who can get the ball into Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders' hands, and you see this in every game he's played this year, and allows them to make plays after catching the ball. And with Manning, it's just too predictable, it's too easy to defend him, which is why you see the running game all of a sudden developing, coming out of nowhere, is because defenses have to play a little farther back. They have to spread a little bit farther out to defend these receivers and defend these stretch runs. It just allows the offense to be more complete. It's not as predictable. And ultimately, Brock Osweiler suits the 2 elite skill position players on this team. I know it's all about the running game, but Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas are the 2 best skill position players on that offense. And Brock Osweiler suits them very well. And when they get going, everything else opens up because they're so dynamic. So, not to mention that Peyton Manning is notorious for having a different production in the cold weather months. And the cold weather hasn't even really hit yet. Playoff time cold weather is not around. And if he's already struggling in the warm weather and we start getting to that cold weather, you can't risk a playoff game for him to have a bad day, because he's had bad days. And then you bring in something that he's obviously suffered with, and it can only get worse. If you go back to Peyton Manning to see what he can give you, I think it speaks as to the lack of confidence you have in Osweiler. I think it can be viewed more poorly. If I was him, I would be like, well, maybe, what else do I have to do? I've clearly given you wins. I've given you production. I think you just have to give him that vote of confidence, as much as I hate to say it, because I'm a fan of Peyton Manning, and I think you stick with Brock Osweiler. Obviously the Tom Brady resurrection when he replaced Drew Bledsoe was unbelievable. And it's totally unfair to expect anything of the sort. But if you give this guy a vote of confidence and just roll with him, you might see something special. Because this defense is Super Bowl ready. This defense in cold weather is going to reward you. You just can't put the ball in a guy's hands that not only might not be efficient on offense, but might turn the ball over at an alarming rate. But that's just my opinion. I want to know what you guys think. This is Abel with All Things Sports, and I'll see you guys later.